Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you watched my last video, you know that I've been living as a nomad with no permanent address since 2019. I've driven about 90,000 miles and traveled to 26 different states in the US so far. Last year alone, I visited 11 different states and drove thousands of miles. I'm now in my home state of Kentucky, and fall has arrived in this part of the world, and the earth displays its beauty in full color. The air is crisp, the days are shorter, and while the warm summer evenings of just a few weeks ago were alive with night sounds, the cooler evenings of fall are much quieter as the earth prepares for its winter slumber. So many changes in a short period of time. And a lot has changed for me too. For the past several months, I've been in my home state of Kentucky, helping take care of my street mother. She has faced a lot of serious health challenges in the last several months, so I've kind of put pause or pressed pause on the nomad thing for a bit so I could help take care of her. And it has all been challenging on so many levels. I mean, being a caregiver is it's just not an easy thing, and I would do absolutely anything for any of my loved ones, and especially my mother, of course. But you know, it does take a lot out of you. It takes a lot of time, takes a lot of energy, and I wouldn't change a thing. I would do it all over again tomorrow. But you know, you kind of juggle that with some of the guilt of you want to be doing the things that you were doing or the things that you want to be involved in, and it's not that you can't. It's just a matter of rebooting yourself mentally a little bit and learning how to live with a mindset of both and. You know what I mean? Instead of this or that, just kind of look at it as, you know, I can do this and I can also do that. So there's been a lot of changes happening within me that is really helping me, and I'm talking about over like the last several months of it as I've been being a caregiver for my mom. There's been so many changes within me that is helping me gain clarity on how I want to continue showing up in the world, how I want to do my work, and how I want to move forward in my own life. I've changed a lot since 2019. In the early days of my nomadic experience, I was kind of stumbling around and trying to figure things out. I had an idea of what I wanted to do with my life, but I was still kind of vague on the specifics. But the last 4+ years have really helped me home in on the things that mean a lot to me, mean the most to me, with a lot more clarity. In the last many months that I've been caregiving for my mom has really brought a lot more to the surface. In some ways, I feel like a different person. Yet in other ways, I feel like I've come full circle and have somehow realigned with some core dreams that surfaced during my 18-month life reboot back in 2018 and early 2019. These feelings really resurfaced when I was recently going through a collection of old notes that I made back in 2018. I had so many. But when I was reading through those old notes, I was transported back to that time, and the intense feelings that I experienced in those days, they all came flooding back. And I'm not exaggerating when I say that I completely rebuilt myself during that time in 2018 and 2019, early 2019. And I was able to identify habitual ways of thinking, you know, patterns of thinking and behavior that just held me down. And I was able to home in on the things that I wanted to spend my life doing, the things that I wanted to pour my heart and energy into, like writing and music and connecting with other people in a deep way, having gatherings of people around the country or even the world, and exploring our creativity and how we can use that and channel that and funnel that into making the world a better place to live. And I know how lofty that sounds, but I'm telling you, man, I'm 100% serious and committed to this work. I just want to help other people to ignite their dreams and find ways to get more out of life, whether that be writing or anything else. And as far as my own dreams are concerned, the things I still want to do, I have 3 more books at least that I want to write. A memoir. I'd like to do another book of poems and prose. I need to write the sequel to my novel, which is way overdue. And I also want to continue with my podcast. And I'm thinking about even maybe exploring the idea of a fiction podcast. What do you think about that? And there's just so much left that I want to do. Winter is closing in, and I think of it as a time of both recuperation and rejuvenation. A time to slow down a little bit and focus on building the next phase of my life. I want to dive into my writing and some studies too. I hope this time can be like that for you too, and that you know how amazing you are, and that what you bring to the world is needed so much. If there's something that you've been dreaming about doing too, I'd love to hear about it in the comments below this video. And also remember this, if you have been telling yourself that, yes, I'm going to do it, but I'm going to start tomorrow, remember that yesterday's tomorrow is today. And one more thing, I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.